Hey guys, HDV here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon discussion video. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at who is the best new electric type Pokemon in Sun and Moon across all of the new Pokemon released. I've done a couple other videos in this series going over the fire, water and grass type Pokemon, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and so I wanted to continue on with the series, and so today's video I'm going to be going over the electric type Pokemon. Obviously I'm not going to be going over the new legendary Pokemon because that's just a completely different video in itself, and they're just stronger in general, so you can't really compare them to the normal Pokemon. And I'm obviously not going to be going over the old Pokemon as well, such as like Pikachu, because you know we already know about all of them. We're just concentrating on the new Pokemon making the new appearances. Obviously I'm going to be going over the stats, the dual typing if they have one, the moves that they learn, the abilities, you know, and what they're strong and weak against, just to try and find a better idea of who is the strongest new electric type Pokemon in Sun and Moon. So if you are enjoying the series, then please smash that like button below. I really do appreciate it. And I think that's all introductions out of the way, so let's get into the video. Okay, so first off we have Alolan Raichu. Now I was ecstatic when I first saw this Pokemon get released because it's another form of Raichu, and Raichu was kept in the dark a little bit. He wasn't himself in his dark days, but now Alolan Raichu is like, hey, let me take your hand and show him what we're all about. Alolan Raichu is a dual typing of electric and psychic, and I really like that, and I was not expecting it at all. It also has a really nice ability in Surge Surfer, and what that does is it doubles the Pokemon speed stat on electric terrain, so that's really nice in doubles. Now this Pokemon's typing is actually pretty nice because it's only weak to 4 typings, being Ground, Dark, Ghost and Bug, whereas it resists Flying, Psychic, Electric, Fighting and Steel. So it's got some decent strengths against its weaknesses. It's a decent ratio. Its stat total is only 485 though. Its HP is 60, 85 physical attack, 50 physical defense, 95 special attack, 85 special defense and 110 speed. Now it's obviously a very fast special attacking Pokemon, but it obviously can be run as a physical Pokemon as well. Anyway, let's look at Alolan Raichu's moves. So it obviously evolves from a Thunderstone just like the normal Raichu does, so it doesn't learn many through level up. But what it does get is Psychic, Speed Swap, Thunder Shock, Tail Whip, Quick Attack and a Thunderbolt. So pretty nice moves there. Big stab in Psychic and Thunderbolt. But let's go over the TMs that it learns. It does get Psyshock, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Psychic, Brick Break, Thief, Echoed Voice, Focus Blast, which is nice, gets Volt Switch, T-Wave, Grass Knot, and Wild Charge as well. So very nice moves that it gets access to there. And I'm a big fan of Alolan Raichu, you know what I mean? Like I said, I like its typing. It's not the strongest Pokemon in regards because it's only got a 485 stat total. But it's fast, it can get off a Volt Switch, it can hit hard with Psychic and Psyshock. It's just its physical defense which lets it down, which is only at 50, so that is a bit annoying, but I'm sure that it can still be used. I'm pretty sure it can still be pretty viable in the competitive scene, and I think it's going to be seen quite a bit in VGC just because of its ability, Surge Surfer, and you can probably equip a pretty decent item to this Pokemon if you were going with that tactic, because you wouldn't really need to bother about the speed, because you'd be pulling in 220 speed just if this obviously electric terrain was activated. So yeah, I'm kind of a big fan of Alolan Raichu. I do really love the design of it. I'm actually a bit disappointed that it doesn't get access to Surf, since it's surfing its tail, but it is what it is, and yeah, clearly they didn't think that was a great idea. But that's just my 2 cents on Alolan Raichu. Anyway, next we're going to be looking at Vikavolt. I absolutely love this Pokemon. Everything about it, just the design. Just look at the design. It's easily my favorite bug type Pokemon. Like, I know we've got Golisopod and stuff breaking through the scenes, but Vikavolt, literally the colours it's used in, it's just the design of it. I just cannot get over how good it is. It is a dual typing of bug and electric and has the ability Levitate, which is super clutch, so it just gets rid of that ground weakness straight away. It's got some pretty nice strengths and weaknesses. It is only weak to fire and rock, which is very nice, whereas it resists electric, grass, fighting, steel, and obviously is immune to ground, so pretty nice on the strength and weakness front. Its base stats are pretty nice. It has 77 HP, 70 physical attack, 90 physical defense, 145, yes you heard me right, 145 special attack, people. Oh my lord, this thing's going to hit you hard on the special side. Has 75 special defense and then only 43 speed. It has a stat total of 500. I'm really disappointed with its speed stat. It's like a fast bug, you know what I mean? Like, I think they could have just made it had like maybe lower its defenses a little bit and completely like cut out its physical attack and just bump it all into speed. You know, I'd expect a Pokemon like this to have like a base 80 speed stat just because of, you know, like what it is. It's like a flying bug, like they're fast, you know what I mean? But that speed stat really lets it down. But luckily it is bulky and it hits very hard, so that kind of makes up for everything. It's quite difficult to evolve as well from Charjabug. Obviously it evolves at Vast Pony Canyon, which is quite late on in the game, so you don't really get there, you don't really get your Vikavolt until late on. But hey, that's life, you gotta work for the things that you want. Anyway, let's go through the moves this Pokemon learns. Through level up, it gets Air Slash, Mud Slap, Thunderbolt, Vice Grip, Bug Bite, Spark, Acrobatics, Guillotine people, hit him up with that Oko, gets Bug Buzz, Dig, Zap Cannon, which obviously has awful accuracy, and then Agility. Its egg moves are just Electro Web, Endure, Harden for some reason, but it gets Mud Shot as well, which doesn't have the best base power, but you know, it can still be used. It can learn a TM's Roost, which is some nice reliable recovery, which I really like. Can also learn Rain Dance, Solar Beam, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Energy Ball, Sky Drop, Acrobatics, Volt Switch, which is very nice, X Scissor, Poison Jab, Flash Cannon, and Wild Charge. So quite a nice move pool as well. I really like the fact that it can Volt Switch out. Obviously it wouldn't make sense if it couldn't Volt Switch out. It's an electric type Pokemon, and most electric type Pokemon do get Volt Switch, if not all of them. I'm not even going to try and think about that because there's many electric type Pokemon. But like I said, I'm a huge fan of this Pokemon, and Vikavolt is, you know, it's definitely my favorite bug type Pokemon of all time, but it's definitely in my top 5 favorite Pokemon from Alola as well. Like, I just absolutely love the colors and the design. I just think it looks amazing. I love its like I don't know what you'd call it. It's kind of like an electric rod kind of thing at the front of its mouth. I really love that. They're like prongs kind of thing, and then I just love the layout of its wings and just everything about it. Oh my lord, Vikavolt, someone just, you know, is just amazing. I love him, absolutely love him. But that is a Vikavolt. Anyway, next we're moving on to, I'm probably going to get this wrong, Togeki Damar, I think it's Togeki Damar, which is kind of like not the Pikachu clone, but kind of like the, you know, I've got like Dedenne and Minun and Bluesoul and stuff like that. It's kind of like that Pikachu I don't know what you'd call it, not offspring, but like, you know, counterpart. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just kind of like another Pikachu-ish Pokemon. It is electric and steel, which is an incredible typing, because obviously it only has a stat total of 435, and you're coming up against it, you're looking, it's like, oh, it's just a little mouse. Well, people, no, it's not just a little mouse. Give him some respect. This Pokemon's typing is so good that it is only weak to fire, fighting, and ground. Yes, it is 4 times weak to ground, but people, look at what this thing resists. It resists normal type, it resists electric, it resists grass, it resists ice, it's immune to poison, it's 4 times resisting to flying. See you later, bird Pokemon. It's resistant to psychic, resistant to bug, resistant to rock, resistant to dragon, resistant 4 times again to steel. Ain't no Steelix's getting in his business. And then it's also resistant to fairy as well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 resistances or immunities. 12 people. That's like half of the type. That's ridiculous, people. This Pokemon's going to be difficult to kill. And I know its stats aren't amazing, but it also gets sturdy, it gets iron barbs, it gets lightning rod. Like, seriously, Togeki Damar is nothing to mess around with. It's got 65 HP, 98 physical attack, so pretty nice physical attack as well. 63 physical defense, 40 special attack, so it's obviously a physical attacking Pokemon. 73 special defense and 96 speed. So I am a huge fan of this Pokemon, just because, like, you look at it and you think, oh, it's just, you know, I'm gonna sweep this thing, and it's like, no, get away. I'm not taking any damage. And it also gets some pretty nice moves as well. It gets Nuzzle, which I think is really handy in the competitive scene, because it's always going to paralyze, plus it does a bit of damage. It gets Zing Zap as well, which is a strong electric blast crashes down on the target, giving it an electric shock. This may also make the target flinch, which is 80. It's got 80 power, and it's a physical type move. Also gets electric terrain, so it can be worked well with Alolan Raichu. Gets Wild Charge, and also gets Spiky Shield, which is very nice. Egg moves are Disarming Voice, Encore, Fake Out, which is nice, Flail, gets Present, it gets Reversal, Tickle, Twin Needle, and Wish. So Wish can be very, very nice. So I can see a bulky Togeki Damar being a thing just because of the fact that it's got so many resistances. Anyway, the TM this Pokemon learns are Work Up, Toxic, Hidden Power, Protect, Frustration, you know, Thunderbolt, Charge Beam, Giga Impact, Volt Switch, which is nice, Gyro Ball, Poison Jab, U-Turn as well, so Volt Switch and U-Turn, whichever one you want to use, because obviously Volt Switch is special, but you get stabbed from it. U-Turn's physical, which is this Pokemon's like primary attacking, but it's however you want to use it. Anyway, we've got Wild Charge as well, which is very nice, but I really like this Pokemon. I really like the design of it. It's just like a hedgehog Pokemon. Obviously gets Iron Barbs, Lightning Rod, Sturdy, so all three of those abilities are actually really, really nice. So, you know, don't write this Pokemon off because I think it's really good. It's got nice speed, 96, and physical attack of 98, so it can do some damage, people. Don't write Togeki Damar off.
Okay, so next up we have Oricorio and its Pom-Pom style. This Pokemon I did miss off the Fire-type video, the Bailey style, and I'm pretty annoyed about that. I don't know how I missed it. I do double check every single Pokemon's typing when I'm making the videos, but for some reason I just completely missed out this Pokemon. I think it's a different style was on the screen when I was looking, and I just completely forgot that it has alternate forms. But this Pokemon does have alternate forms, and the Pom-Pom style is Electric and Flying, which is a pretty nice typing. It is only weak to Ice and Rock, whereas it resists Flying, Bug, Grass, Fighting, and Steel, and is obviously immune to Ground. So really, really nice typing in that respect. It has some pretty decent stats across the board, kind of just neutral stats in the way it has 75 HP, 70 attack and defense, 98 special attack, 70 special defense, and 93 speed. So kind of a fast special attacking Pokemon. It also has the ability Dancer as well, and what that means is when another Pokemon uses a dance move, such as like Dragon Dance or Feather Dance or something, it can use a dance move following it regardless of its speed. So that could be seen as quite useful in the competitive scene because there are moves such as like Teeter Dance and moves like that. Going on this Pokemon's moves though, it does learn obviously a lot of dance type moves. It learns like Feather Dance, Teeter Dance, Revelation Dance, and what Revelation Dance does is it deals damage with a different type depending on the style of Oricorio, so it's obviously a unique move. This is obviously, you can have it as like a fire move with the Bailey style, electric with the Pom-Pom style, the Pole style as Psychic, and the Sensu style as Ghost, so a nice move there. And it is a special attacking move, which pairs nicely with the Pokemon special attack stat. The egg moves that it learns are Captivate, Pluck, Safeguard, and Tailwind. Tailwind quite useful, obviously, in competitive scene. The TM moves that it learns are things like not the best variety, I guess, like Aerial Ace, Steel Wing, Acrobatics, Swords Dance, U-Turn, which is kind of nice. Because I mean, you can still run physical moves on this thing. It still has 70 physical attack. It's not the worst physical attack out there, so U-Turn could still be quite viable on this Pokemon. But all in all, it's an alright Pokemon. I'm just super annoyed that I missed it off the Fire-type video. I nearly missed it off the Electric video, but luckily I went straight back and saw it once I uploaded the Fire video. But that is Oricorio, that's kind of hard to pronounce, but yeah.
Last but not least, we have Alolan Golem. Now, I didn't even know that Alolan Golem was part Electric type until I started doing this video. Like, I was looking at all the different Electric type Pokemon in Alola, and I literally had to like blink a couple times when I looked at its typing. I was like, no way, Rock and Electric, stop it. Anyway, this Pokemon gets Magnet Pull, Sturdy, and Galvanize, which normal type moves become electric type moves, so it's kind of just it gets stabbed from normal type moves. It's a little bit like Pixelate, I guess, if you wanted to say something like that. It is resistant to normal, fire, electric, poison, and 4 times resistant to flying. And it's only weak to water, grass, but 4 times resistant weak to ground, which is a bit annoying. It has a stat total of 495, 80 HP, 120 physical attack, 130 physical defense, 55 special attack, 65 special defense, and 45 speed. So definitely a physical Pokemon in that respect. Looking at the moves that it gets through level up, gets like Heavy Slam, Rock Throws, Smackdown, Steamroller, which can be kind of nice. Gets Stealth Rock, obviously, Self Destruct, Thunder Punch, Rock Blast, Discharge, Explosion, and Stone Edge. Double Edge as well, which is kind of nice. TMs that this Pokemon learns are Earthquake, which is very, very nice, Brick Break, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Rock Tomb, Echoed Voice, Focus Blast, Brutal Swing, Stone Edge, Volt Switch, Rock Slide, you know what we've already been over, and Bulldoze as well. And I'm a big fan of this Pokemon. I really like the design of it. I really like how it's just kind of like, this is what I mean. This obviously I didn't know it was electric type, but now that I see the big like 2 prong things on its, you know, its back, it's kind of just like right there that, you know, it's an electric type. Obviously, dual rock and electric is, you know, it's a nice little typing, you know what I mean? It does obviously evolve again from Alolan Graveler from just trading as well, similar to the normal Golem. But like I said, I'm a big fan of this Pokemon, and I can see it doing pretty well in the competitive scene. But maybe not OU, but maybe something, you know, close to OU. But that is all of the Pokemon in the Alola region. Which one I think the best is, I think it's gonna have to go to Vikavolt, just because of that insane special attack stat of 145. That's so strong, people, and it is only weak to 2 things as well. It has a nice immunity and is resists 4 typings as well. So I'm a big fan of this Pokemon, and like I said, I love the design and everything as well, and it just, like, everything about it I'm in love with. It's just an amazing Pokemon in general, people. Let's not be silly here. But yeah, let me know what your suggestions are. Let me know what you think is the best electric type Pokemon in Alola, and be sure to leave it in the comment section below. But that is everything from this video, so if you did enjoy it, please smash that like button below. I always do appreciate it, and also subscribe if you are liking the series and my content. I do have a couple more discussion videos coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to check them out if you have the time. But once again, that is everything from me, guys, so thanks again for watching. Have a fantastic day, and peace.